Hello, everybody. Good morning. I hope y'all are doing well. I just took profits on my Lululemon trade, and I am going to show you why. I didn't exit the trade. I could exit the trade this afternoon. I don't know yet. Actually, I would love some feedback from you guys to see what your thoughts are on this. But let's get over to Lululemon right now. So I exited at 248 on the nose. Actually, it's starting to pull back now. What was the reason for my exit? Well, if we look at, so I entered, I think it might have been Peter. I can't remember exactly. I should be remembering this, but I entered here. It was right at the end of the live stream on Tuesday. Yesterday was kind of all over the place. Now, I didn't exit the trade yesterday. Why? Because we were getting increasing buying volume, which was great. Trend was still in my direction. Was it getting a little overbought? Yeah, it was. Today, here's my, I know that Jonathan asked me this question. He said, what's your exit strategy on Lululemon? If it wasn't for July 4th tomorrow, let me rephrase. If it wasn't for today and July 4th, why do I say today? Because today is the precursor to July 4th, which means that nobody's in the office. People are taking a 4-day weekend. They're out Thursday. They're probably out half a day yesterday. This is Wall Street. They're out Thursday. They're out Friday for sure because the market's closed. I just don't foresee this thing pushing to this level, coupled with being in the overbought area. If we look right now, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. We have just over maybe 12, 13% of average volume. Might we get to 30% of average volume in the first hour? Maybe, but I took some profits on it, so it's bouncing back up. It's basically I took profits right here, 247.94. Mine was 248 on the nose, but we'll see what happens. I might end up exiting the entire position today. It's kind of proving to have this little built-in resistance point. So if we go to this candle right here, notice right there, notice here, it's about the same level. And then notice over here, the peak of the candle on the day that I bought. Look where we closed yesterday. And then look where the price is right now. So if you look, you could just see these dots. If you connect the dots, it's basically a straight line across, and it can't break through this level. So the fact that it's holiday weekend coupled with low volume, coupled with spindled yesterday, coupled with overbought area, might be time to exit the trade. Small profit, I did 2 or 3%, nothing crazy. If it wasn't for the 4th of July, I do believe that we would have got to 261.80, but that's not the case right now, and it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. That's just how you have to play it, and that's kind of how that's the beauty of a swing trade. If this was a long-term trade, I wouldn't be exiting the position. I would be staying in it because it doesn't matter. But because it's a swing trade, I want to capitalize on this. Then I want to see this thing kind of roll down and then possibly roll back up, and we'll go from there. Nick, can you go off my screen for a second? I'm just going to pull up the link to today's show. Today's the 3rd of July. Great. All right. So let's see here. Pop this out. Oh, top fans, nice. All right, CCL 50% rule. Let's see CCL 50% rule. CCL. Ooh, yeah. So I remember somebody asked me about this one the other day. The question. Oh, who asked me this in the chat? Alfred, I think it was you. Option R. This. His question was, Mo, do I go ahead and buy this right now? Or do I let the trend get in my favor? And my comment was, if it was a normal stock, I would absolutely say wait till that trend gets in your favor. I said, don't do this because I'm telling you this, but if it was me and I was trading this, I would go short right now. Why? Well, it's the 50%. So here's your high, here's your low, here's 50% right down the middle. It's at $30, can never break through $30. How are we going to know if it's going to finally break above $30? Well, let's go over here and check out the volume. Now, admittedly, the volume's been pretty good. The volume has been increasing. Something's going on. So let's go back and see the last time that it got up to $30. So it got back up to $30 right around here. Let's see what the volume was doing. Pretty weak. Here, okay. So if we just go based off of history, this is kind of there, not great volume, not there, not great volume, there, not great volume. This is the best opportunity it has to break through that area, that 50% area. What was this? Was this $30? No, that's $20. So there's an argument to be made that maybe we're going to break through 50%. I don't know. There's another argument to be made that's saying earnings was here. This is just a follow-up of earnings, and eventually it's going to come back down. That's the camp I would be in. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. All right. Zim possible day trade. Let's see. Disregard. Okay. Data Gonza 160 in 2 weeks. I'm assuming that you're talking about Lululemon. Yeah, it's possible. But at this point, you just got to follow the trend. So I'm going to go to look at some of your guys' stocks. Disney. It's the same thing with Disney. We just need it's with that flagpole pattern. I'm just going to look at it from a long-term perspective. It's that big flagpole pattern. Did it get some W's in here? Yeah, but it got another flagpole right there, another flagpole right there. So this is going to pull back. It's just a matter of when. It's going to take time. A lot of people love Disney, so it's just going to take time. Duolingo, like I said, everything's sorting out to be great. Love where we're at in the sweet spot. I'm sure that I love the volume. Volume's fantastic. Yeah, the volume's fantastic. Now, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting to drop below these lows. I just need one engulfing candlestick like that, and I am entering this trade, and I am off to the races. I'm actually going to clear this out. Don't need that node anymore. So this is setting up absolutely beautifully. If you caught this down on a swing trade, great job. Another one that I love, basically the same thing. I can actually take this and move it right up here, and it is going to do the exact same thing. I am waiting for an engulfing candlestick down. Red and yellow are just getting into the sweet spot right now. So this is probably a next week thing that I'm going to be paying attention to, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. Same thing here. Same exact thing here. We're waiting for this to break down, give me that engulfing candlestick. So a lot of these stocks are just waiting for that breakdown period. What is this? Live Nation. I'm going to get rid of Live Nation. I don't see the point of having that anymore. What is this? This is from Hans. I know he was talking about it being a short. I like a couple of things here. Here's your high. Here's your low. 50% is right there. You're at 50% basically. This is a giant ugly face pattern. You saw what happened. What happened the last time there was a giant ugly face pattern, and this thing got smoked. Giant ugly face pattern. This is probably going to get smoked. Plus it has a gap to fill right here. So we're just waiting for this to roll over. And then all of what I just said will follow through. August 6th, so we have plenty of time before earnings to get into this thing. Just a matter of when. Disney, I'm going to move to the bottom. Duolingo's definitely at the top. This is going to move here. The reason I don't like App 11, I don't like that we did a sweet spot reversal. If I can look at this one and I can just come right from the top. And Duolingo, I can come right from the top. And Disney, I can come right from the top. And this one, I can come right from the top versus being a sweet spot reversal. I'm going to take that. So this is going to go all the way to the bottom. This is going to move up. Yeah, there we go. That's my order right there for your community stocks. Now let's look at mine. Ralph Lauren. Oh, I think Hans mentioned this one too. No. This was Peter. Ugly face pattern. Oh my goodness. This is going to break down. It's just a matter of when. This is at an all-time high. Let's look at the volume. Is it going to break through the all-time highs? Nope, not with weak volume like that. So, let's see here. Bless you. See that? See how, actually, if we go back further, this is from 2021. This was the peak, fell all the way back down. Got back here in 2023, fell all the way back down. Now it's here in 2025. It's going to do the same thing. It's not going to make it. So I like that one. CDNS, same thing. Tried it. It's going to fail. Seagate, crazy move to the top. This is going to break down at some point. SkyWest, don't love it right now. CCL, I'm actually going to move up here to number 2, 3. Lulu, already in and out of. There's my numbers right there. Jets, nothing. I don't like the sweet spot reversal. Abercrombie is starting to creep, so I'm going to move Abercrombie up here. It's starting to creep. I like it. We're just waiting till that gets into the sweet spot and breaks out. And I've been watching that one for quite some time. Zim is at a bottom here. It's at a very strong support level. The way that this will drop below the support level, like that, what will it be? You'll say, what? Well, it dropped below. Yeah, it did, but what happened? Entire market sell-off. The entire market sold off right here. Of course, this is not going to drop below this support level unless there's an entire market sell-off. That's kind of how that's going to go. All right. Let me see here. All right. QBTS weekly short. Hit QBTS weekly short. Weekly short. Hit rejected. Okay. Was it QBTS? Never heard of it. QBTS. For stocks that I've never heard of, instantly before I press enter, I know my eyes are going to go to volume. Okay. Okay, volume's good. What am I checking for when I look at volume? Well, I'm checking to see. Why is this like this? Whatever. I'm checking to see, is there enough volume? Now, so weekly short. So you're over here. You're looking at it on this chart. I don't love it yet. The way I would want it is if we have more of a downward trajectory. You know what I'm saying? I want to have that downward trajectory. This is more of a kind of a sideways trajectory. It's not very strong. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see here. Biogen. Oh, Nick, Biogen. Can I fix this here? Why is, let me see if I can do this. Why is the volume on top of? Okay, whatever. That's weird. I'll have to change that. Actually, you know what? Let me do something here. Let me get rid of volume, and then let me add volume back in and see if that changes things. All right, at least we have, there we go. So, so you have a couple of things going for you, against you, or for you. I didn't see the direction you want to go. Major resistance point, clearly major resistance point. Also 100-day moving average. This has proven that it can't break above the 100-day moving average. Honestly, it's proven that it can't barely break above the 25 or the 50, which means it's incredibly weak. What was the I don't think I would do anything with Biogen right now. I don't love that it's a sweet spot reversal. The reason I don't... Sometimes I'm okay with sweet spot reversals. With as many stocks as I've found just from our watch list, I haven't even looked outside of any other stocks. We have so many that are just going to come down from the top. I don't see the purpose of risking it with a sweet spot reversal. So that's my reasoning for not doing anything there. Apple's in the sweet spot for a long-term buy. Oh God, let's see. Nah, I don't like this one. 2 reasons. 1, markets are at all-time highs. Apple should be at an all-time high. It's not. 2, this is a very, very strong resistance point. Very strong resistance point. It can't get through it. What's going to drive it through it? Volume. You don't have volume. Look at this. Look how janky this volume is over here. It's all over the place. It should be smooth and consistent with something like Apple. Don't love that we're doing a sweet spot reversal. We've actually done like 10 sweet spot reversals in the last 2 months, 1 month. So don't love that. I wouldn't do Apple right now long term, personally. Should I just exit Micron? Okay, Micron. I think I told you to take profits the other day. Did I? I think I said that. Didn't I say that? And then I said something about the moving average. You had to get through the moving average. Are you short or long? I don't remember. Guys, when you ask me these questions, can you make sure you put if you're short or long and on what chart? Because I just can't remember with the amount of questions that are coming through here. On my chart, Abercrombie is in the sweet spot. Okay, let's see. Yeah, with red, but we need to have yellow in the sweet spot too. Red and yellow both need to be in the sweet spot. Short Spotify. Man, I haven't looked at Spotify in forever. Oh, yeah. Okay, so if you swung this recently, and I don't recall seeing anybody swinging Spotify, great job. You're just taking it down to the 25 and just stopping right there. Exit on this position. Why exit? Because you're running into the 25. It's the 4th of July weekend, and you're so oversold right now. You're so oversold. Now, I do see this setting up as a really nice short long term. If we could just drop down here into the sweet spot, because this is the resistance point. I'm sorry, support level. This is the support level right here. So if we can get below that with this, we'll be pretty good. And I love the amount of, we have really good selling volume coming into the stock right now. Okay, let's see here. I was going to swing it down to the 25. Okay, Micron. So I don't think you're going to get to the 25. Personally, you're oversold. July 3rd. This is kind of a support level. I think this is the same thing as Lululemon. It's just going to be hard to get there. That's what I think. Not impossible. Can definitely happen. It's just going to be hard. What do you think of IREN? I would not go long on this. This is a big, well, it's not really a flagpole, but it's kind of a flagpole. Oh no, that's a flagpole. Going from $10 to $17, I wouldn't touch that. I don't care how good that looks, I wouldn't touch that. That's going to come ripping back down. All right, RGC, not much movement. RGC. Let's see. Oh my God. I wouldn't touch this. I don't know what this is, but I wouldn't touch it. All right. ECL, all-time high, ugly face pattern, plus volumes going down, could be good for a swing short when the stochastic comes to the sweet spot. ECL, okay. All-time highs, correct. Don't love the volume. That's the only thing. Guys, see how we have 103,000 shares traded here? Let me pull up my, give me 1 second. Let me get the, 30. There you go. Style, volume, yalla. Okay. So average, it's not bad, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you can short this off of these highs if you wanted to. I 100% see what you're seeing here. You could definitely, the swing is going to happen faster than the long-term trade, and you're at all-time highs. You could probably swing this down to the 25-day moving average. I think you said that. You didn't say it, but I'm pretty sure you would say it. Thank you for the IREN review. You're welcome, Susan. Susan, there was another one that you said in the, you messaged in the chat, and I said, ask me it on Tuesday. I don't believe you asked me the question. So can you tell me, maybe if it was IREN, let me know. And if it wasn't, let me know. Yeah, Abercrombie's finally in the sweet spot, exactly. RDDT or too new of a stock. If it doesn't have a year of data, then, oh, this is Reddit. Let's see here. Let's see what it is. Oh, no, I think you have March of 21. Yeah, you got a year. You have a year of information. Let me clear this out. So don't go long. And why don't go long? Because look at this. If you just look all in here, ran up, pulled back, ran up, pulled back, ran up, pulled back, ran up, pulled back. And then what happened in here? Bounced around, right? Then it created an ugly face pattern, which you have right now. Here's your ugly face. And what's going to happen? Well, it's going to go like this. But before this happens, we need to know there's a reason I drew all these squiggly lines. Look at where the base was. Look where the base or where the consolidation was. And that's where you're at right now. So you're not going to break above this level unless you get the entire market moving up. And I just don't think that's going to happen. And volume is not on your side over here. You can clearly see that it's just a lot of back and forth selling volume just not happening. So that's how I feel about that one. Decided it was a bad pick. Okay, no problem. Oh God. Okay. Let's see here. Did I miss anything else? All right. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions that you have? I think I hit all of these. Let me see what Zim is doing. So there's an argument that can be made to go long on Zim right now based on support levels. Would I do it? No. But there's an argument to be made. It's just interesting. Basically bounces between 16 and 23, like that. Yeah, I personally wouldn't do it though. All right. What else do we have? All right, that's that. Target. Okay, here we have a couple. HLT, PH, HLT. Yeah, this is the same pattern as that one that you sent before, just like you said. Just wait for it to break down. And let's look at the next one, PH. And same thing. So basically what Peter's doing is looking and saying, where are my, this is a great exercise. You know how I say, upload the S&P 500 and go through all 500 stocks. This is a great exercise. And I'm assuming you're doing something like this, or you're screening based on all-time highs or something. What he's doing is basically going through and looking for, number one, ugly face patterns. Number two, all-time highs. And you're doing a great job. And that's why he just sent me 4 stocks that have the exact same pattern. 4 to pick from. Pick the best one. Pick the best 2. Really, really good. ADI, I'm going to pull it up for the sake of it, even though it's going to look exactly the same. See, it's exactly the same. Ugly face pattern, going to break down. Stochastic is getting there. You're going to get a swing trade before you get a long-term trade. Target, day trade, short. TGT. Yeah, I like it. Looks really good. If I wasn't in it, I would take out the bottom first, but if you're in it, no reason to exit. Just pay attention to that red line. It's early, but Nike long. Let's see. So be careful with Nike because they just reported earnings, so this could be a fake out. And I'm tending to believe it actually is a fake out. What was your question here? Yeah, I think it's a fake out because, look, you've had a couple of good days of volume, but even so, you had selling volume in here, which is telling me what? It's telling me that people are trading this and they're not invested in it for the long haul. Could be algos. You're getting the same thing today. I don't think it's going to happen. Could this turn into support? Yeah, but this was a really big flagpole. I do think any market sell-off, this is going to get beaten down. Any advice when the best time to use the weekly or daily? I understand the importance of when to go long, but any other times. I guess I don't understand what your question is. I understand the importance when going long, but are you talking about, can you elaborate on your question a little bit? I don't understand your question. I feel like it's a good one, but I just don't understand it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, here. So look at the S&P 500. 3 billion shares traded on average. You're at 535 million today. I'd rather see about a billion shares traded right now at 10:30, but you can tell how weak the market is. People are not. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. Let's look at the Qs. Yeah, so the Qs, the NASDAQ is up today about 1%. But you have 10 million out of about 50 million shares traded. About 20% of average volume. It's decent. It is decent. I'm not gonna take away from that. Well, I'm not sure if you saw my comment on Patreon, but Abercrombie is in the sweet spot. Yeah, I saw it. It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Where'd I put that here? Yeah, it's getting there. It's just a matter of now when. When do you pull the trigger? Susan, you use the weekly stochastic for long-term trades. I need minimum several weeks. The daily for swing trades a few days. Yeah, I'm not sure. I hope she's typing right now. All right, let's go and look at some others. NVIDIA is just rocking. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions while I wait for Susan's comment to hopefully roll in here? I don't see it yet. But Hans, he's absolutely correct. It just corresponds to what you're intending the trade to be. That's really all it is. If you're asking how you can use it otherwise, I don't really think there's a good time or better time to use one or the other. It's dependent on the type of trade that you want to make. That's really what it comes down to. It doesn't, you can use the weekly on anything. You can use the daily on anything. You can use the 15-minute on anything. It just depends on the type of trade that you're trying to execute or what kind of information you're trying to gather for the purpose you're trying to gather it. So if you're doing something like options, probably going to want to be on the daily chart. Why? Because you're going to be able to see the resistance. You're going to be able to see the volume flowing into the stock. You're going to be able to see the moving averages, etc. I know the goal drives, but which trend do you use? Any thoughts? No, that's really about it. If you like options, I would use the daily. Any other? Yeah, that's about it. ASTS potentially swing ASTS. Yeah, I'm assuming a big flagpole. Yeah, this is a big flagpole. Yeah, there's a hitch in it, but I like what you're saying, Hans. I bet if you take out this low right here of 40, call it $44, I bet you start to come down. And look, you have no buying coming in, so I like that one. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy the 4th of July if you're in the United States. And that's it. Have a great day. See ya.